love that. We're having such a beautiful time here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And friend, I know we still got so much more to do, but first, let's have this conversation. Have you ever gotten the toddler flu? Me and my friends dubbed it this because we know that daycare can sometimes be filled with so many germs, and your niece, your nephew, your child will come back not feeling so great, and then you take it on. But more than anything else, in the winter months, it can be so difficult to keep our babies healthy. But this is why we've got the Linctagon team who has all of the answers, and we know 100% just how much we can trust them, because they always come through with how, in fact, we can help our kids' immunity. And today, we got someone who's going to break it down for us in terms of how exactly that works. So, everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome. It is Dr. Joan van Veengaard. Doctor, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm amazing, thank you. I do know that it can be so difficult to keep our babies really healthy in winter. How can parents really help their kids' immunity?
Yeah, so the first thing, Zanella, is for them to make sure that their immunity is strong. This is by giving them a daily immunity syrup or something just to strengthen it.
Yeah.
And then, as we said before, as soon as they start getting sick, so I think sometimes I see with my friends as well, the parents wait a bit before they start treating them. They think, okay, maybe it's going to blow over, maybe they're not so sick. But as soon as they have that first sniffle or their nose is running, you start with either the Linctagon syrup or the Linctagon effervescent. You have to start fast and continue giving it to them.
You start the battle early. So that you can win early.
Exactly.
Yes. I also know that, you know, it can be sometimes really difficult to trust certain medicines for our kids. But we know that there's Linctagon Junior. You know, what is that range really all about? And how much can our parents actually trust it for the kids?
Yeah, so I think most people know Linctagon and they trust it already for adults. So it's that same good pelargonium with all the research on it that Nativa has invested in.
Yes.
That's only in the Linctagon range as well for the kiddies. It's age appropriately formulated, and what's true for the adult range is actually true for the kiddies one as well. It is that same synergy, those same ingredients that work so well together, the same strength of the pelargonium, and that is what gives it that uniqueness. And obviously, as you know, it's been around for more than 20 years, so people can definitely trust it, and it is South African, so we can feel very proud.
Exactly. I love it. No DNA, just RSA. That's what we always say, 100%. But on top of that, I mean, you know, there's always just that conversation around parents in terms of just using medication for their kids in general. So now, I mean, I already know the answer to this, I think, because we know that Linctagon has always got our backs. But is there a risk to giving our kids Linctagon Junior?
Yeah, so first thing that I have to say is it's always a good idea to go to your pharmacist or your healthcare practitioner just to make 100% sure. But the Linctagon range is, it differs, the different formats, but it is usually safe from 2 years onwards, and you just use it as directed on the box or the patient information leaflet.
Beautiful. Now, Doc, you mentioned this earlier on about how as soon as our kids start getting sick, we should just get in with the medication. Now, when I know that I can see my child is sick, let's say as a parent, what exactly am I looking out for in terms of symptoms so that I can detect it as early as possible and start with the medication? But then on top of that, you know, is this something that we can use as a daily immune booster as well?
Yes, so Linctagon caters for that as well. We do have a daily syrup that kids can use, but as you said, it is very, very important to start treating them immediately when they get sick, because the virus replicates very fast. So kids usually, they start with just being a little bit lethargic. Maybe their nose is running. They might say their throat is sore. They might even have a slight fever. So you can immediately see it. They may be a little bit less active than before. So that is when you want to start with the Linctagon as fast as possible to make sure that you stop the virus in its tracks, work on the root cause, address the symptoms, and that they can get better faster.
This is beautiful. I feel like no more toddler flu ever now, because we've got the immune booster. You know what I mean? This is amazing. But I also know that for kids, taste is a very big thing.
Yeah, so Linctagon Junior is really delicious. I have to say that there's a lot of adults that sneak some of that in as well, just because it is so delicious. It's got that same synergy. It has no sediment. It tastes well. So you can rest assured that it's not going to be a struggle to get your little one to take it. They're probably going to ask for it when they're not sick.
Aww.
So that's how delicious it is.
Beautiful. And thank you for saying the thing about the adults, because I was going to ask you if, you know, it would be okay for me to also take Linctagon Junior, because we like it sometimes when we have that nice taste. But that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Doc. I feel like you've left us so much better in terms of just the knowledge of when we talk about our kids and just what they can use when it comes to keeping them strong. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And remember, strike as soon as as they get sick.
Amazing. Expresso family, we said we'd be having these conversations about how we can look after our kids during these winter months. And now we know Linctagon Jr. has got our backs. But wait, there's more. We want you to walk away with a Linctagon hamper with 1,500 Rand. And there's 4 of them on the line. But all you got to do is head on over to social media and enter. And we want to hear what is your Linctagon winter ritual. And make sure you use the hashtag #FeelBetterFaster, because you do when you use Linctagon. Always make sure, though, that you also adhere to the T's and C's, and you can find them on expressoshow.com. And, of course, I need to tell you that the competition ends on the 30th of August. Go enter now, because we want you to be a winner of that beautiful hamper that Linctagon has got for you. You see, the days of the kids feeling weak and getting those germs from the daycare, they're behind us.
Target cold and flu symptoms with all-in-one Linctagon. Now with new Linctagon C plus NAC 200. Choose Linctagon and feel better faster.